Welcome everybody, it's Tractor Chute here. It is Super Saturday Showdown. Figure we get ourselves a little StarCraft 2 action happening today. It's going to be a little TVT action in this baby, little silver versus bronze. So we're getting ourselves down into the little bit lower end of the pool. Sometimes more exciting, but always entertaining portion of StarCraft 2 in the lower left-hand corner. It's the man you're seeing there. It's being played by the Red Terran. It is WilliPoP. And in the upper right-hand corner, the man you have seen before, it is Mr. McMerlin playing as the Blue Terran. Should be a pretty decent map here, as both these guys have got a nice little cross spawn happening here. This map you can spawn anywhere, so it will be very key to see who scouts first, who gets the first move off. We'll soon find out here. Hone up the prototype. We'll keep an eye on it. Usually in TVT, it's going to be a standard opening for the first, usually about 3 to 4 minutes at the very least. Not either way there, this man needs his morning dip. Alright, there we go. We are settled. We are ready to get this baby going. There's the standard wall off, getting ourselves a good old supply depot and a barracks. There are no wall at all by the looks of it. And no, apparently we're just going to bury the supply depot in the back of the base. Because when it's TVT, why wall off? You know, doesn't make any sense, does it? I'm not entirely sure if that's going to be the best move out of WilliPoP, to be honest with you. Usually I always want to wall off. I can't remember when you don't wall off. I always wall off against Zerg, I do know that much there. Usually if it's a Protoss, I think you're somewhat safe to not even bother walling off. I think anyways, I can't remember. I know there's one race that you never wall off against. Maybe it's Terran and WilliPoP knows more than I do. I'm not entirely sure, but he is going balls to the wall, putting the command center down before barracks. This man has himself his own way of rules here. He does not listen to anybody. He builds how he wants to. So he is literally almost blindly doing this. I guess he did see the wall off by McMerlin, but that didn't really tell him enough. I mean, McMerlin could have been sucking out Reapers to start this map off and could rape him right now, in all honesty, because he didn't get up to even see the gap. But either way, what can I say? It's lower level, so I guess he's just going to blindly go command center before barracks, which is very rare, but it works for him this time here. There's the double racks going down for him. Not looking bad here, getting a single gas as well. Both these guys off to a pretty good opening, but at the same time, with that blind shit luck command center he put down first and not going to feel the pressure, he's actually going to have a macro advantage on McMerlin to a certain degree, so very well done there. I will give him that much. You got to be good to be lucky, lucky to be good, right? Isn't that the saying? There's McMerlin. He's doing a little scout around the edge there. Doesn't worry about the guy in the middle. There he goes. Okay, I was going to say. Looks like he was going to go wander around there. There he goes. So that pretty much gets rid of his delay of the expansion. Oh, almost screwed up with McMerlin with the quick mouse. Gets that supply depot up just in time. Very well done, McMerlin, my good man. You are on the ball today. Thought I'd seen a red unit in his base. I guess not. There's double rack's going to start getting ourselves out some Marines there. He's getting gas. Got 2 on the gas. Have to imagine we're going to see some reactors out here. I thought it might have been maybe possible a late Reaper. He's done everything else in very weird order, so who knows? No more, excuse me, no more supply. Where is he putting all the supply depots that I'm missing here? Am I missing something here? Oh, I guess this other command center. Never mind. That must spit him out a bunch of food too. And yeah, I didn't realize. Is that 30 food worth? Really? 2 command centers and a supply depot? I might be out of it today. Maybe that's just intriguing to me. I didn't realize that added up to 30 food. Unless I'm missing something else here. No, that's just a refinery there. Well, there you go. What did I know? Very good placement by McMerlin on that barracks. Does protect somewhat of the middle line as well as that wrap there, so not too shabby. In the meantime there, he's going to give himself a single gas on there. He's already doing double up at the main there. Might not be going Marine Marauder. I'm not too sure. He seems a little heavy on the gas early, but then like I say, it is McMerlin, so probably going to see some Ravens more than likely. That's probably a pretty safe guess by me, but you never know. And we do have one scouting Marine. He's just kind of going around looking for hidden expansions. But look here, want to make sure he doesn't get caught off guard with McMerlin, maybe getting a little bit more greedy than what he should be. Lays himself down in factory. He's going to get a reactor out of that baby. And he's going to go starport. So it looks like pretty standard openings by both these guys here. There's a nice little scan there. Not too shabby there. So factory down for McMerlin. I'd have to imagine starport's going to come very, very quickly here. And as usual, he is working off of one One rack's nice and early. So this is kind of leading me to believe we are going to go right to the Ravens, and it does look like it. Yes, we're going straight to starport. So 1-1-1 build, so more than likely he's going to have a high-end tech. If he doesn't do Ravens, it's going to be a high-tech unit either way. And over here, he does look like he's going to take over that Naga Tower. So good vision has both of them, does WilliPoP. Looking pretty good so far here. Still working off 2 racks. No add-ons onto his racks. Not entirely sure why, but like I say, he did run Command Center before racks, so he's got some pretty high-end skill here. So I'm not gonna teach him how to play. Not teach him. I can't teach him. He's too good, right? I'm not even gonna give him any tips because he seems to know what he's doing. We're gonna go double Hellions coming out of here. Not too shabby of a move. Getting his second factory down here, so he might be going for a mech type build by the looks of it here. I'm not totally sure why we're going with the medevac. Maybe he's going everything. He could just be building a great big Terran ball. He's got a very good selection of units. Doesn't have any rally points coming off the factory. I'm getting a little worried about WilliPoP here, especially since he's got no rally points. That definitely leads me to believe he is in the lower end. But the funny thing is, he's the silver player in this game, and McMerlin's our bronze. And look at him. He is greedy, getting the 3rd command center down. WilliPoP, you entertain me. There's the planetary by McMerlin. He loves his planetaries. I do know that much. He's also got himself down some turrets, making sure there's no mineral line harass going to happen to him there. And turrets everywhere. Wowzer, just defending that drops. Turret's actually quite common in a TVT game. Very good build because you definitely going to have drops no matter what. And 99% of you are Terran opponents there. And there we go, does get the second gas down there, so he'll be getting Divine off of there. Probably going to get himself a 3rd pretty quick here. Might want to get a little bit of scouting out so he kind of has an idea of what his opponent has, and then he could realize that the opponent does have a 3rd base, so realize he is safe to maybe push him on 2. But either way, both these guys are pretty content on staying in their own base, dropping mules down over here by WilliPoP, so he does have that skill as well. Still no oh, there's a rally point, just none for the starport. Okay, not too shabby. Double factories down for him now. That income advantage is going to start taking effect here in a couple seconds here once he starts pumping out some more SCVs on that 3rd. And up here, we're still working off the 1 rack. So there we are, triple Stargate. And yes, it is going to be Raven. And going to get a Banshee for harass. Not too shabby of an idea there. There's supply depots going down there. As we can see, McMerlin did supply block himself. They are getting the Terran building armor. If anybody's going to do it, McMerlin loves that upgrade. Not commonly seen, but when you go with planetaries, definitely a very handy upgrade. And as you can see, the supply cap is really hurting him right now. So we might want to definitely wait for those supply depots to get out so he can start pumping some more army out here. And we are going to get this guy coming down here. He has no cloak, but once he hits that 3rd, it is going to be unprotected by the looks of it here. So he will be able to take out, looks like, there's 1 SCV over there anyway. A couple, there you go. Does have a couple of mules over there as well. And it does look like we are about to get a drop. Go, wow, and that is a loaded drop. He's got Hellions in the drop. He's got his Marines in the drop. Not too shabby. Lots of Hellions. Wowzer. What does he have there? 4, 5. That's 7 Hellions in this drop. This guy is nuts. You're gonna get a 7 Hellion drop, and of course that Raven does come over here, does clean house, lifts up the command center in fear that the Raven, that the good old Banshee might wear it down a little bit there. And here we go. This could get very interesting here. He does have the one turret there, another one a little bit off there. Don't think that one's gonna be able to quite hit these guys depending on what angle they come in at. There's the jetpack. They're probably gonna know. They want to go right for the main. Is that a good idea? Yes, it is. Doesn't look like any turrets over there. Ravens are down. Turrets are going down. Here's the drop of his units here. Drops them all in there. Needs to get him in the mineral line here. And he does have blue flame upgrade as well here. So looking pretty good so far here. Working on the turrets. All the SCVs pulled off the line. This is big trouble. We're going to lose a lot of SCVs in this attack here. Because he does have a pretty good protection around him with McMerlin's buildings, using them against him here. And he's just going to go to town on this here. McMerlin in a lot of trouble early here. There goes down the good old tech lab there. So not too shabby, taking out the add-on. One more turret left there. Once he takes that one out here, he's going to go to work on this. So here comes the Marines. Here comes more SCVs. He is bringing everything up here. He's going balls to the wall. He can't get through his own buildings. That is not good. Another turret about to go down. I don't think the Ravens have any energy left. And he's going to work on the last turret here. This is big trouble. We're going to not realize that he walled his entire army off there. But he's just going to basically clean house on this. Wowzer, look at all that. Let's see. How many has he taken out? 19 workers killed. Wow. 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 What an early disadvantage for McMerlin. He really, stood there for the Seeker missile. Not good, but very good use of the energy by McMerlin. Well done to take out most of that army with that Seeker missile here. Still spitting out SCVs. There's the mule count getting dropped down there. He's going to go to town on these add-ons here, trying to take out another tech off. Very good move. Of course, nothing building out of that starport. There's the last turret. A couple more turrets should be enough to possibly finish this army off here. But with the healing of the medevacs, I don't think so. They're actually... Oh, no, forget it. He leaves. Leaves without the Marines. That was the worst. Who's ever driving those medevacs should be fired, leaving their army high and dry out there. Either way, he's accumulating a big army on the outside, and he's ready to go to town. What happened to his Banshee over here? Did he end up losing that Banshee? Does look like it. Yes, he did lose that Banshee somewhere here. This is big trouble. Look at the army coming up here. I don't know if McMerlin is ready for this here. This could be a lot of trouble. There we go. Siege tanks are up here. They're going to start going to work. Does realize that the planetary is there, so that's definitely going to help quite a bit here. But with the sieges, with that range there's the Vikings. They're going to get a couple kills. Oh, no. Oh, no. Lost every one of them. Oh, don't bring your army in there. Do not bring it. No, no, no. All right. Fair enough. I'm not even going to say anything. Barely thinks he can take out this planet. Even drops the Vikings down. I'm getting a little worried there, WilliPoP. Don't think that was the best of engagements for you. He's going to lose that entire army. And Wowzer, the planetary is really wreaking havoc as they do in the low-level league games quite often here. As he just massacred that army. Now he's got no vision on the high ground. Don't believe that siege tank can see anything. No, it can't. So it's going to hightail itself out of there. No, it's going to get itself a little bit closer. Is that enough? There we go. He's going to start going to work on the planetary here. No, not too shy. Bringing some more Vikings in here. I'm going to hope he doesn't bring his whole army up there and drop him in front of the planetary one more time. But then again, WilliPoP, you won't surprise me if you do so. So he's just going to sit here, slowly wear down that. Yep. There we go. Seeker Missile takes out the last tank here. That should pretty much clean up this little bit of an army here, as they are going to take themselves out of here and regroup at the bottom of McMerlin's base. Probably a pretty good idea there. And there they go. They're actually going to go around searching for another expansion, which they will find one over here with a double planetary. And double planetary in this game, I imagine, is going to really be devastating here, as there is no way he's getting into that army here. And he decides to drop down the Vikings, because why not? That's what they're for, right? And then here we go. One more time. Loses 3/4 of his army, decides to retreat out of there. So McMerlin looked like he was in trouble early, but these planetaries are definitely playing a big role in his defense here. He's now starting to get himself out some Hellions here, so he's going to have a little bit of units to get out on the map here and see what's going on. And there we are with the big regroup in the middle there. McMerlin going the other way. Very good job there. Gets out on the safety route. And look at this. Wowzer, we have 5 bases down now for a good man of WilliPoP. 3 for McMerlin. So he's not looking too shabby. Both these guys fairly even at this point in time. But the big food advantage does go to WilliPoP. Just the big disadvantage in his micro and decision making in this game. And it does look like he has found a base over here. He's going to go to work on it with his Hellions. And it does look like the army of WilliPoP will come down here and try and clean up these few Hellions, as they could be there for 6 hours. He is actually repairing the command center here, and there he goes. Gets the army over there. They should be able to at least chase down these Hellions, I would have to imagine. There's a few Marines catching them, picking them off on the way here, and trying to get himself a few more SCV kills. Realize there isn't anything over there, so does sacrifice those couple Hellions as they do end up going down. And look at this. He has taken over every expansion he can. WilliPoP getting really greedy. Maybe feels like he's so far ahead in this game that he can just start doing that, and realistically he is ahead. He's just got to choose his engagements a little bit better, that's all. And we'll take a look over here as he does finish up that command center. Not too shabby there. And he's going to continue himself on his triple factory build. Wowzer. And what's he electing? He is going with more tanks here. He really does have a big ball of absolutely everything within this army. And we are going to start moving ourselves out here as WilliPoP is about to go regroup himself to go against the planetaries one more time, because why not? McMerlin over here will probably look to at least repair this one planetary at some point in time, I'd have to imagine. He's just going to regroup in the middle there. WilliPoP getting himself up to an army that he's happy with. Almost up to 200 now, not too shabby. Excuse me. Okay. I am ready to go again here, and it does look like we are going to establish ourselves a 4th base, because why not? McMerlin feeling pretty confident right now. He realizes planetaries basically are going to play a very huge role. Especially, I can't imagine WilliPop's going to continue to engage him. He's probably going to go at a different point, I would have to imagine, at some point in time, rather than just go head on. Why would you go up to the double planetaries? He's actually going with 4, because why not? Probably a pretty good move. Puts the siege tanks on the outside, takes out the builder. Very good move there. And he's just going to start wreaking havoc slowly on him here. McMerlin, 2 Seekers ready to go down here. And this could be devastating. This is not going to be good. And here we go. Oh, takes out a tank and looks like another unit there. And he is going to plant down another sea tank there. Gets a little bit of range. Has the refinery in his sights. So we'll start to go work on that there. Does scout out the expansion that's about to go down from McMerlin as he long distance mine that for a little bit. And he's going to go right into the middle of things. He is going to lose absolutely every one of those Vikings here. And he does drop them down one more time. Not entirely sure why he continues to drop the Vikings here. Maybe he doesn't realize that they're not the best unit to have on the ground. Might want to keep him for maybe taking out those Ravens. I would recommend keeping him in the air, but that's just my tip for you. He does get a good old turret kill there. We'll work on the other one with that nice scan. It looks like he will get a couple turret kills, so not too shabby here. Could even elect to drop up here if he had the medevacs here loaded up. Would probably be a good move as he could drop him right into McMerlin's main base. That's not going to happen here. McMerlin ready to go again. There's some more Seekers. Taking out all the tanks he can with Seeker missiles because they're very useful. There you go. Of course, replenishing their energy here so he gets more of that go down. In the meantime, he is harassing over here. He's dropped down a few more turrets. Will clean this up quite easily here. Might have enough to take out this command center. He actually probably will. So McMerlin not looking too shabby. Realizes that our good man of WilliPoP not choosing the best of engagement, so he feels safe. Like the planetaries are basically fending off everything that he needs to. So looking pretty good between his Ravens and his planetaries. He is basically going to start dominating this game there. And I guess he did use those two command centers to expand with there. Did not elect to turn them into planetaries, but they probably will turn into planetaries pretty quick here. And there's a couple more going down here. So lots of command centers for McMerlin, looking pretty good here. Has 1, 2, 3 free expansions left on the map as both these guys are expanding like crazy. Got myself a good old blue rock star for the day here. One of my favorites. Good old bubblegum flavor. And it looks like we're just going to kind of hang out at WilliPoP. Not entirely sure what he wants to do. It's really hard, or at least I find in lower level leagues as I play myself. It's hard to figure out how to engage stuff like this like McMerlin has. He really needs to be doing drops in the main is what he needs to do. You can't go up against the planetaries unless you're going to get together a big, very tough army, maybe some Thors and stuff like that would definitely help him out here. But in the meantime there, he's just wreaking havoc down here. Turrets being dropped everywhere on the map. And up here, he drops the planetary. Oh, McMerlin, you entertain me every single game. He's going to drop that down there. Plant the command center right at the expansion here of WilliPoP. So very good move there. I'd like to see it. And he's just going to let it happen. Doesn't even send an army over there or nothing. He's just literally going to let this build up into a planetary, which he's just then going to be pretty much screwed for. So this planetary is going to get up here. It's going to go to work on the SCVs as he has 6 of them mining off the gas, because why not? Maybe he figures he can get extra amount of gas by doing so, which is definitely false. And of course catching off some SCVs that are looking to go over here and put down another command center, and that's exactly what they do. It does look like the Raven army is ready to go here. There's some Seeker missiles going down here. A couple Seeker missiles and a couple more on the big army here. Oh, this is not going to look pretty. Oh my, look at that. Wow. Pretty much that entire army going down to Seeker missiles. There's a few more, enough to finish off the tanks there. As you can see, they will chase them down. And there goes pretty much the rest of that army here. Has 1 tank and 1 marine left here. Over here, the planetary is going to work as well here. Did clean this up. Is dropping turrets down in the main here. Really now, it is basically McMerlin's game to lose here. He's down in food count, but he is up in brains and engagements. I'll give him that much here. There's a bunch of turrets going down. He's basically just going to take over this base with buildings. Not very often do you see an expansion go down to a guy with buildings. He just took out an expansion with buildings. Not one offensive unit over here. It is buildings that took this out. He just builds a base right around it, because why not? Then he's probably going to look to build a command center right in the middle and basically take that right over. In the meantime there, he has finally got himself up into a decent unit. But at the same time, like I say, if you drop like right in here with a couple Thors, he can basically wreak havoc on all the production buildings that McMerlin has here. But I think he's probably going to choose to engage these two planetaries head on, because he doesn't really have much of a choice. He has lots of choice. He just doesn't have a choice with the choices he's got in his head. One of the choices is not to drop into the main. I think his only choice is really, do I just engage the planetaries head on with enough Thors? And apparently that's going to be the... What the hell? Alright, we're apparently getting moving out. I think he's pretty much saying, alright, I'm just going balls to the wall. I'm going to put all my SCVs in on this. Going to put my Thors in here, put the SCVs on the front line, which are going to die in 2 seconds to the planetaries, and then see whether or not the Thors are enough to take this out. And here we go. We're just going to move right in on this. This should be fairly interesting, actually. I'm kind of curious how he's going to do. Oh, get some good shots off of the Ravens. Doesn't kill any of them, though. Starts to go to work on the turrets here. He's getting him up. He needs to move him right in there. He really needs to target this down. There goes the Ravens. That definitely helps a lot. He's swearing at his opponent here. Oh my goodness, we're getting some laughing out loud. There goes one, and like I say, get your big units in there. That's how you take out planetaries. That's exactly what he does. So not too shabby. I do realize that earlier I was saying probably not the best choice to engage that head on, but once he doubled up the Thor count, that definitely helped a lot there. So cleans up on McMerlin. McMerlin going to work with the turrets and the Ravens over here. WilliPoP says okay. He figures he's feeling pretty confident now. Maybe he doesn't feel as bad as he did before. He needs to move all these guys up here so he doesn't get everything right up there. Just go to work, buddy. He's got so many Thors in the background there and can't get shots off here. Could be taking this out twice as fast here. Like I say, probably would have. I would have liked it maybe if he went more for the main base there, but here we go. Turrets are going to go down like crazy here. A couple more Thors left over here. He realizes that, so McMerlin backs off a bit there. Has a lot of turrets set to go down here. There goes the turrets there. They're going to start taking a lot of that Thor fire here. Look at the amount of turrets he is dropping. This is going to be insane. He's really only got the 2 Thors over there. In the meantime, this big army of Thors is just going to work here. WilliPop's feeling pretty excited. He thinks this is pretty funny. And we do have a few more, just a ton of Ravens on the map. What is his Raven count? 20 Ravens. That is a darn lot of Ravens here. Continuing to go to work on these planetaries here. And he should be able to clean this up, but needs to get them all down the ramp here. This is going to be a shit show. And there he goes. My SCV's repair. Okay, fair enough. So he does these. Look at this. Now he is finally getting them all down the ramp here. They're going to clean up this space here. And he's got McMerlin down to 3 bases. So, I mean, he's doing a pretty good job with these Thors. If he brought him into McMerlin's main base, this game would be over right now. But at the same time, I guess he just wants to take out expansion one by one there. Maybe he feels he's that far ahead. But at the same time, he's losing a ton of units and stuff to all these turrets that are going down. They're just cleaning house here. Like, look at this. Let's take a boo. Wowzer, 73. This is just a gong show of workers that have been killed between each of these teams here. And now they are finally moving themselves out. Gonna head over there. They do have the 1-1 upgrades, so pretty good there. I do like to see the upgrades happening. But in the meantime there, I don't know. He just looks like he's in too much trouble. WilliPop's got everything flown off here. Where are all his production buildings? Have they all flown up and just based? Oh, they've all landed on the main ground here. He's continuing with the Thor build here. And I'm very curious how this is going to work out for him, as it does look like we do have another planetary going down here. It is basically planetary defense by McMerlin. If anybody does it best, it is McMerlin. Loves that. There goes another Raven here. Needs to move all these Thors up to the top of the ramp here. And that could be devastating if he chooses to do so. Is not doing it. But no, he is not moving them up there. This is not good at all here. But, oh, actually he did move up there. Sorry, I just said he's not, but he is moving up. BCs are on the map here, and this should actually be a pretty good engagement with the Seekers coming down as well. This might be fairly even war here. I'm not too sure who wins this. I do believe that the Thors are enough to take out these battle cruisers. Does he put that, they have that special skill there? I don't think he's using it though. But he is going to work here. It has cleaned up basically the majority of them here. It has 3 more battle cruisers left. So not looking too shabby so far. There's a few more Thors on the map here. And really McMerlin's Ravens against the Thors here. He's only down to 7 Ravens though. So most of his Ravens have been taken out. But these battle cruisers are holding their own. What do they have? No upgrades at all. It just shows you how powerful battle cruisers are. Like I said, I'm pretty sure he needs to use the special skill. Would definitely help in the high impact payload. I don't know. Does that one do air? Yeah, single air target for big damage, but he's not doing so. He's just being taken out by all this. Has the SCVs repairing his battle cruisers, and that helps a lot. And look at the food count. Wowzer, that huge lead WilliPoP has just diminished. It is now 69 to 61. McMerlin cleaning house over here. WilliPop's only mining off the 1 base so far here. And that's it. Yeah, just mining off of 1 whole base after he had about 8 on the map. This is not good. Both these guys somewhat at a standstill. We are 32 minutes in. It is 70 to 63 in food count here. Both these guys have wreaked havoc on each other's bases here. It looks like we only have 1 mining base for McMerlin as well here, and that is all we have. He's got a lot of SCVs sitting around. SCV count is 29 to 22. And it does look like this turret is going to go to work here. He's going to slowly take that out. Like I say, 6 more Ravens left on the map for McMerlin. In the meantime, there it does look like we are going to re-expand WilliPop. Probably a pretty good idea. It needs that income to start working here. Look at this. It is a whopping 60 to nothing here. McMerlin was 0. That is not a good thing. But we are getting a few more scans happening here and there. There's the scan there. Does see the double planetary over there as well. Needs to replenish that Thor army. He has 8 of them though. That should definitely help him here. And it does look like we are getting our battlecruiser slash Raven type army here. Not a very common build, I will tell you that much. Very unique combination we have moving across the map here. In the meantime there, yes, scouted this off. Has a couple of his Hellions over here. They take out the one worker here, so that does delay that expansion, at least for a little bit. In the meantime there, WilliPoP says forget it, not even going to bother going over there. And over here we do have our BCs and our Ravens moving across. Not looking too shabby. And look at this, the expansions have headed down here. Wow, 3 more expansions form. Has the one mining one here. Getting another one as well going up here. So that will be 5 mining bases if you can get them up. But this one I do not believe is going to get set up at all here. And he's going to move in, going to go to work on the couple other planetary fortresses. And this is big pain for McMerlin here. All he really has is his army. Because he doesn't have any mining bases. He's in a lot of trouble at this point here. He's going to go to work on this one transferring command center there. We'll be able to finish this off here. Has dropped a lot of turrets down at this base here. We'll be able to finish this expansion off quite easily. There's not too much our good old man of WilliPoP can do. His army is just kind of standing around, not doing a whole heck of a lot at this point in time. Not entirely sure what his plan is here, but we can sit over here and stare at him for a little bit and see if he does come up with a plan. Does look like he is slowly moving out there, so probably not that bad of an idea. But we'll just kind of kick it back for a little bit here, because I'm actually very curious what WilliPop's plan is here. He's going to try and move in. Gets in before the planetary gets up, so that's definitely a good idea. So he's going to go to work on this one old orbital command here and see whether or not, I don't know. It's going to be very close in my opinion. There's his 4 command centers, a lot of command centers for McMerlin here. Now you might want to start looking to move into the main here and start taking out those production buildings. Because if this does turn into a base race, it's really anybody's game at this point here. As he cleans this right up here. So we'll take that out, and that basically leaves McMerlin with his 4 command center base over here and his main. But at the same time, he's just wreaking havoc, taking out every production building basically over here. And both of these guys don't have the biggest bankroll in the world. They do have a lot of money, so maybe start spitting out a ton of Marines. Not really the greatest against the combination of each other's army, but either way, that's really all they have money for at this point in time. And yeah, I don't know. McMerlin, I think, might be in a lot of trouble. Especially if he puts that high impact payload and takes out those battlecruisers first. I really think that this is WilliPop's game to lose, as he's going to go up. He's easily going to clean up the main base of McMerlin. McMerlin, in the meantime, has basically completed anything that WilliPop has to build on him. He's going to finish taking out all of these factories here. He's got enough command centers all over the map as WilliPop, but at the same time, having all the innate command isn't going to do him any good if he has nothing he can actually build. Then there's 4. He's actually flying his. He's actually going to fly his starports over here, because why not? He's got to give him to land somewhere. And they're just going to kind of hang out for a little bit, just in case this base race does not go his way. At least he'll have something he can land in random spots. I wouldn't mind seeing him spread out those starports all over the map, just to force his opponent to try and chase him down here. Realizing that he has no air units, he could also plant these right in the back corner of the map here, which is probably what McMerlin might look to do in the end here, because his army's looking good. He's got full energy on his Ravens, or at least most of them, so that's definitely going to help quite a bit here. And he's just going to wreak havoc on the rest of these buildings over here. I'm not entirely sure whose game this is. At the same time, without the air units, I guess that wasn't the best of hiding spots for McMerlin. I thought it might have been there. Maybe over here or something like that would definitely help. If you put a starport over there, that would definitely prevent WilliPop from being able to take him down. In the meantime, we are going to have ourselves an 8 Thor versus 3 cruisers, 6 Ravens, and 2 Hellions. And over here, we are also taking out one more expansion. WilliPop finally does decide to lift that off. Probably a pretty good idea there. And we're just going to kind of kick it for a little bit here, wait it out, and see what kind of damage we can do in the end. Yeah, that about sums it up for this one here. I think, I don't know. In the micro I've seen, I honestly would have to give McMerlin the advantage in this one here. If it does come down to a great big war of armies here. But he is taking a few damage from that good old turret here, which definitely won't help him. Did it even do any damage? Yeah, if it did, it barely did anything. There's a good old Yamato cannon taking out those turrets. Probably a pretty smart maneuver here. And it does look like it's going to come down to the starports and command centers that he's got flying around the map here. The starport's still hanging out over here. Does he have to land his buildings to officially have a building? I guess not, eh? He can have them flying in the air. I guess that counts enough. But he also has these turrets. I'm not entirely sure if he has to have them landed or not here, because he has turrets down here. I'm not too sure if they're a reason that he hasn't actually lost the game yet. But either way here, he's going to go to work on this last little SCV that's sitting over here. We are down to 1 more SCV for McMerlin, 11 SCVs for WilliPop, and very limited buildings. What is our building count here? There's a fair bit of buildings left, I guess, here. I'll keep an eye on that one. And it does look like he is trying to actually re-expand his WilliPoP. If he does re-expand, he doesn't have anything to build out of other than SCVs here, so that's definitely not going to go in his favor. It has an armory, because why not? I guess that's going to help him. Not at all, actually. Not going to do a darn bit of good. So we're just going to continue going to work here. It's going to be the first one that wants to give this up here, as it does look like these Thors are kind of hanging out. They're not really doing a whole heck of a lot here, other than allowing him to re-expand. And here we go. That is actually his last. Oh no, he's the one with 9. Sorry, McMerlin only has the 1 SCV here. And he is going to actually get himself re-expanded here. Like I say, he has enough money to where he could at least start building some SCVs here. And then it might just come down to who protects their one little base that ends up left here. Although we do have a lot of bases for WilliPoP around the map here. As you can see, there's an air flying command center. It's going to try and get over there and get itself dropped and expanded here. A couple turrets. We'll be able to finish off these couple supply depots. And he's going to continue to go to work here with his one whopping turret trying to take out that base. And we're just going to come to a little bit of a standstill here. And here comes our Thors moving across the map here. They're trying to figure out where the heck McMerlin is sitting. Might want to look to start scanning all over the place. Does have the energy to do so. Try and figure out where McMerlin is, although he does see the buildings flying over top of him. So he will be able to at least have an idea where he is, and he's going to move himself down there. And we'll see what he can do here. Here's the Thors. Oh, they do decide to retreat when they do see that army here. Where'd the rest of your Thors go? There you go. There's a couple more. Definitely want to keep them all in one great big group. That's really his only chance. Oh, maybe not. Apparently not. He wants to send a couple over here, 5 over here, 6 over here. And yeah, I'm not entirely sure that WilliPoP knows how he wants to engage this army. It's going to be a tough go for him, especially with the Seekers that are going to start dropping on him with the 3 battlecruisers. And now he's starting to get more SCVs out, so if he does need them to sit below the battlecruisers to do repairs, that can definitely be done there. Does force to fly that command center off at the same time. And up here, it does look like he is trying to clean up the rest of these turrets with his one whopping SCV. And there they go. They come over here to clean up one more command center. Doesn't decide to lift it off for no reason. I'm not entirely too sure why. I guess just to detour McMerlin's units with it there, so does take him over there. In the meantime, there a couple Thors do finish off the good old Hellions here. Brings the Thors all together finally here, or at least have to imagine that he will, and will start to move himself along the bottom side of the map. Hopefully he can figure out that McMerlin's base is sitting here, but at the same time McMerlin finally flying those starports off to a different location. We'll finish off this one command center, which is trying to escape. That's not going to work so well for him here, as he will end up losing that command center. Not too shabby. And it does look like we have ourselves one more floating command center. Yeah, basically we're just going to sit here and watch this base. We can probably speed this up two times here, as both these guys are pretty much at a standstill. Realistically, I would have to give McMerlin the advantage still, especially with those Raven slash battlecruiser combination here. And there we go. Spencer does fly right in this year. That didn't work overly well for him. Both these guys are pretty much right on the money here. But they are doing a little bit of mining here, so that is definitely helping. And he does have everything. This is basically his main base. Decides these guys don't need to mine. Feels he's got enough mineral count. Did move him closer to the minerals, so at least they're standing beside it. They're getting there. These guys are like trainees. They haven't quite figured it out, but now they have. There they go. They do get that built up here. Has another base going here, so he has himself sitting on 2 bases, 2 McMerlin's, 1 mining base. In the meantime, McMerlin flying around all around the outside of the map here. Realize this is a very powerful army with the Ravens full energy here. And yeah, once he gets to the bottom portion of this map, it is going to be great big trouble for our good man of WilliPoP. And here we go. It is finally going to see the engagement. There's the point defense drones going down. That's definitely going to help. That delays anything he can do with those stores. There's the Seeker missiles going down. And this, oh wow, that's a lot of Seeker missiles. And that should pretty much be GG. He's down to 4 Thors left. These 3 battlecruisers easily going to clean that up here. And they pretty much finish it off quite easily. Point defense drones basically making those Thors useless. And that's pretty much right the book here. He has about 300 minerals, but nothing he can build other than SCVs. So it doesn't look like this is McMerlin's game. He was down early, comes out on top here. Gotta give you my congrats, my good man. So my congrats go out to McMerlin. My condolences to you, WilliPoP. You gave it your all. You got a little bit mad and lost your temper, but outside of that, you played yourself one skookum game there. Tough to play against the defense. Like I say, a couple poor engagements against the planetaries. Outside of that, wasn't all that bad of a build you had going there. It was very unique. I will give you that much here. And he does decide to land that down there. We'll turn that into a planetary, and that one planetary should be able to clean this base up here. Does have the option of flying this off. He hates playing silver. Not entirely sure what that means, because your opponent was bronze. Although McMerlin we have seen play higher end games because he actually does, I think he played gold in one of the games. So actually, I think he's silver. Plays silver quite often, but I thought he was gold level player in one of the games there. Either way, both these guys were fairly even, so it is always good to beat an opponent that is very equal to your skills. So very well done, McMerlin, unless he's got some epic comeback for WilliPoP here. I'm not entirely sure. I can't picture it. Like I said, I don't think he has the gusto. But either way, we'll get to kind of kick back and watch this out to the end here. But with that planetary down, that should pretty much write the book for him here, as that planetary is going to go to work on his main base. Those couple battle cruisers should easily be able to clean up the SCVs. They can clean up the one building turret that he had going there, and they will finally finish off the command center. WilliPoP says that's enough. I leave you with this. If the pop cans on the roof, the cars in the driveway, computers on your desk, make sure you got the beers out because it's time to install that spoiler on the driveway. You be good. Don't hurt nobody. Peace.